Welcome to Simply Marvelous. I am your host, Anton Anton, and I'm along here with my cousin,
Taylor Day.
Indeed, and it is a Taylor Day. It's a cold day, first and
It's cold.
foremost. Yeah, if you look out our windows, it's a winter wonderland going on.
hmm I'm
So,
I'm mad that this disrespect went all the way down to Texas. They said you in the snow said, "Look, I need a vacation."
You already know they shut down over like 13 centimeters of snow down there. They
Exactly.
don't play. They do not play. They get their winter budget up. All right, so we're here to do a little wrap up of our previous conversation of episode 6 of WandaVision. If you haven't gone and checked it out already, I don't know why you clicked on this first and foremost, and then secondly, this is all spoilers from here on out. Okay.
Yes.
Don't blame us for getting all the answers or all the theories, because we don't know all the answers for sure. All right, so we want to just kind of tie up some loose ends on things we didn't get to talk about. We're just going to run down characters and where they sit and things we picked up on and things like that. So let's start with the commercial that we totally didn't even touch on it, didn't mention it, I don't think. So the Yo Magic commercial, definitely based in the 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Yeah.
With the kid on the island and the shark comes and gives him a thing of, I guess it's yogurt.
Yeah.
Called Yo Magic. And basically the kid struggles to get the package open and eventually just dies and becomes a skeleton. Do you have a theory on what that commercial actually means?
I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, I had no clue. I was like just kind of taken away by the claymation because,
that's our era.
Yeah, but like as we've said before, like we're amateurs, so I definitely watch some other people's videos too.
Right.
So I have more of like an informed idea what I think it is. I think it's hilarious that the shark came up and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be snacking on Yo Magic." I don't know. It's just like the play on words is hilarious.
Yeah.
Snacking on Yo Magic, but you can't eat none. Like it's so petty, but there's just so many different ways that it could be construed. Like, okay, is the kids that are like that like Billy and Tommy and or is it like Wanda or it could be so many things. But the shark, I mean, like why change it up now? Shark's probably Mephisto. Like at this point, everybody's Mephisto. So the shark's probably Mephisto, or I don't know, Hayward maybe, Agnes, whoever is just like popping up and trying to like feed off this like magic to survive. So I know some people are saying like, oh, maybe it's like, oh, something is feeding off the magic, but at the same time, like the kid couldn't get the magic open, so
he couldn't.
I don't know, maybe this is also Wanda losing control of her own magic to a certain extent in order to survive. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's almost kind of simple. I just think it's a message of saying that she cannot bring the dead back to life. That's all it is to it. That's the kid, I think the kid in the commercial is already dead, and the magic is basically Wanda. I think she can bring me back to life or whatever, but he can't get it open. So
so it can't happen.
So I think it's that simple. I mean, it's probably a lot more theories, and that's the one I kind of heard and gathered together. Like, you know what? I think that's it.
I was about to say, I'm a classic overthinker, so let's go with the simple. Let's just go with the simple. Okay, so that brings me to my next thing. There's like some Sixth Sense theories going around saying like, oh, is everyone actually dead?
Yeah, I've heard that.
What do you think?
That's real dark.
That's dark.
That's super dark. Now, will Marvel, Disney go that dark? Ooh. Marvel Zombies is a thing, in the comic books, but I just don't know if they're going to take it that dark and she's
Yeah.
actually puppeteering dead
Oh, but
folks
dead
or
folks.
bringing back dead souls. Like, ooh,
That's
that's crazy. Unless that's Mephisto's doing, and he's
oh,
doing that, then it
true.
might be a little difference because she keeps saying that she doesn't know how all this started. So
Yeah.
maybe she got the jump start, and now she's becoming more aware, and now she's controlling things. But
Yeah.
that's some dark stuff right there.
It's dark, but like there's like a couple nods here and there that I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, we could be doing a M. Night Shyamalan, you know? Maybe.
But
These
much
new
better.
kids don't know nothing about that.
That M. Night Shyamalan.
That M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Pietro.
Oof.
Yeah. So Pietro, he's pretty much confirmed that he is not her brother.
Yeah.
He's definitely had a straight up and down conversation with her. That's, you can tell it's not manipulated. Where's your accent? Well, where's your accent? Even calling back to their childhood of, you remember when we dressed up as such and such? And when she says, I don't remember it that way. No, he's just making stuff up just to, make it seem like he's her brother, but he really doesn't know. Him dying in Age of Ultron, he kind of just plays it off, just getting shot in the street for no reason. There was a reason, you know what I mean? He was out there saving folks, and Ultron was trying to do his little Mr. Evil thing, start over the human race. He was trying to do something, so it wasn't for nothing, but he's playing it off. And it was in his hometown, so in Sokovia, so it would be extra real for him if that was his brother. So, Pietro has been off the meat rack since he showed up. He has to be Mephisto in my book. He has to be.
He's either Mephisto himself or like somebody who is like working for Mephisto because he was clowning Pietro's death. He was like, like a chump. I'm like, why you gonna call yourself a chump? Like,
I know, right?
Why you gonna call yourself a chump? And then also when he was saying, he was like, what? I just came to town to give you grief and stir up trouble and do this, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And it's like, why would you admit to that?
Yeah. Yep. That it just he's telling on himself so many ways. And then when he gets shot in the chest, I think that was the moment she absolutely realized it. Because she said he can't die twice.
Yeah.
He was not around to see him die once.
You weren't there.
You weren't there. So how could you even say that? You wouldn't even know. So Pietro is somebody else. He is not her brother.
Yeah. He has no coof either. Just
no coof. It shows how smart Disney is, though, to pull in the other version of Quicksilver to throw us all off and make it think it's our X-Men crossover thing. And
right, they're being really cheeky, and I appreciate the cheekiness.
Yeah.
It's very meta. I don't know, I like it.
Yeah, very smart how they're doing this. All right, so let's move on to Miss Wanda Maximoff.
Yes.
Okay. So she tells her kids don't go past Ellis Street. So I wonder, does she have the power to control the entire bubble, or does she know her limits as far as control? Because when her concentration is broken. So when Monica said your brother was killed by Ultron, you remember outside Vision was talking to Herb and Agnes. Yeah. And Herb was doing the hedges.
Yeah.
And then once Monica said that, for some reason he was drilling through the brick wall. So like a glitch happened. Every time her concentration gets taken away, something wrong happens. So do you think she recognizes her limit as far as control, and that's why she's trying to tell people not to go this far?
So I don't know. I think she does. Actually, I really don't know if she's really that conscious of what all she can do, because she's already mentioned that, like, I didn't do that. I don't know that. So, like, when you don't know really what's going on, can you really know your limits? I think for her saying that don't go past Ellis Street, she knows that that's the border. And if they try to get out of the border, then it it informs the kids that this is something sketchy. But it could also be a thing where she knows that the outer limits, I mean, maybe she does know because all those people weren't moving on like closer to the border.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the kids even see that, they'd be like, what's that? What's going on there? So
You
but at
never
the
know.
same time, because the kids are used to this environment, I don't know if they would even actually care too much. They'd be like, oh, my mom's not moving them around right now. It is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah, it could be. Do you think Pietro made her do that? Made her expand? He says he's here to stir up her emotions and everything. Do you think he knew that Vision was going to try to walk out the bubble? And
That's a good theory.
because yeah, he could be just antagonizing and making the dominoes fall. And she's like, okay, now she has to do her thing and expand the bubble. Maybe they're trying to create a bigger range for her situation.
That's true. And at the same time, the bigger the bubble is, the more people that they draw inside. I didn't even think about that.
That's crazy. Yeah, especially if Wiccan and Speed are the targets for, like, say, Mephisto, like maybe in the comic books. If they can't survive outside of the bubble, only way to make them stay around is to
make the bubble bigger. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But also, if you think about it this way too, to your point, like if you make the bubble bigger, that creates more blind spots for Wanda.
Yes, it does.
So more sketchy stuff can go down.
Yeah, very true, very true. Ooh, this all sounds like Multiverse of Madness setup, don't it though? Don't it though?
Kind of a little mad in the multiverse. I don't know.
I don't know. So, all right, let's move on to Billy and Tommy themselves.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that they are basically the mirror image of
Wanda
Maximoffs. Basically old chip off the old blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wiccan is basically after his mama Wanda. Maybe that's the reason why he can break the fourth wall, and he's aware of the actual TV show.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he has his mama's, you know, powers. And he always said, he was saying that mom and dad have been different, not fighting, but different.
Just different.
Different. And he can feel it. Whereas, you know, Billy don't, Tommy doesn't even care. He's such a 10-year-old.
He is. He's like kind of like just out there, excited about his powers and his uncle.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, going with the flow.
Yeah, he's the easiest influenced.
Yeah, one of the things that like kind of connects us back to Pietro that I remember seeing somebody else point out is that the different times that where Billy and Tommy are talking around Pietro, even when Billy breaks the fourth wall, is talking to the camera, talking about Wanda and Vision, whereas you see that Pietro's not frozen, but he's also paying attention. Even when he was asleep, he's actually like paying attention.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Tommy will be someone easy for Pietro to manipulate, but I think he already knows now that Billy won't be.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how that's going to end up manifesting moving forward.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work, but Wiccan could be a major player going down, you know, as far as the rest of the MCU, if it somehow expands this bubble or he's able to walk out of this bubble, being that he has his mama powers. So I don't know.
All I'm saying is that they need to keep them around for Young Avengers.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
even if they're the villains in the Young Avengers.
Hey, but do you think they would really be the villains?
I don't know. We don't know anything, do we?
We don't. I don't know a thing. Listen,
you know what I mean?
I know a little bit about a lot. So, keyword a little bit.
A little bit. Nothing wrong with a little bit right there.
A little bit
right there. Oh man. So all right, Darcy. We'll just keep it moving. She's in the bubble now.
She's in the bubble.
Do you think she'll get powers? Being that our theory is this bubble is creating mutants,
I would hope just so it's consistent, but I really don't know. My main thing is that she was like handcuffed to that truck. So how is that going to
man?
Like, you know?
I don't know. What would she be handcuffed to when she comes?
She gonna turn into a transformer? I don't know.
Like, I absolutely have no idea, to be honest. I don't know if she's gonna be a mutant though. I don't think she will be. You have to set precedent that everybody that gets in the bubble and comes out isn't a mutant. If a
But I think. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would
Sorry.
just say mutants usually have a latent gene inside them that's awakened. It's not
Yeah.
created. So
Yeah.
every single person can't get powers.
But the question is, say we were going to do this. Say we were going to introduce like the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
How would we know who has the dormant gene and who doesn't?
Right. Until they show
So
powers, we would never know.
we'll never know. So
We'll never
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know. There's so many Easter eggs they've been dropping. So we'll get to another one here in a second because
Wait, are you going to talk about what you were wanting to see Darcy as?
Oh yeah. So everybody who goes in the bubble kind of change into whatever that time period is, and being that Disney is so smart and so I guess meta or whatever you want to say, wouldn't it be cool if Darcy turned into like a waiter, like she
A
is in Two
waitress.
Broke Girls, a waitress, yeah, in
Her Two Broke Girls
Broke
character
Yeah.
in a diner.
It sounds like they would do something of that nature. I don't know. Do you know when Two Broke Girls is based, like far as time period? Is it current or because I've never watched it?
I think it's current.
It was current. Okay.
It's current. It ended a couple years ago. So
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, I feel like it would fall in. When did it start? Let me look up when Broke Girls start. Two Broke Girls started.
I don't know.
But also there may be like I don't know if that's CBS and Warner Brothers, so they probably couldn't really like do it.
But they could still make her a waitress,
2011 to 2017.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
So
seems about the next logical movement too.
exactly.
We did establish that the episode was based on Malcolm in the Middle,
Mhm.
and that was actually started in 2000, not the 90s. I guess it's conceived in the 90s and just
Yeah.
made in the 2000s. But
So let's talk about this real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, originally we said the 90s because that was like the regular model that we were following.
Yep.
Following. I don't know if it was because of a shortened production time because of COVID or just how they wrote it. That like, yes, this one is Malcolm in the Middle. So that's like 90s, but a lot of early 2000s. Parent Trap on the marquee for the movie theater. The Parent Trap was released in 98. And then The Incredibles was 2004. And I know a lot of people were thinking that like, oh, The Parent Trap, oh, Westview's a trap. And also the twins trying to get their parents back together. And then also The Incredibles, meaning that they're a super family. But yeah, we saw your comments, and yes, it is the 90s and the 2000s.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I see you. I see y'all paying attention.
I appreciate y'all being in the comments like that too. Keep on commenting. Put us on. We not, like I said, we'll give you some knowledge, but you'll probably give us more.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I hope they do kind of play a game like that.
Yeah.
I got one more theory real quick with Darcy. I think she may be the reason why, if you guys don't know, Lady Thor will appear in Thor. I think she may have something to do with Jane Foster. If they follow the comics, her getting her cancer, all this radiation. Yeah, she could, once she come out the bubble, guess who comes in the picture to maybe try to help fix her or whatever? The radiation, boom, cancer, damn. So we'll see. I don't know. That might be real way out there, but it's possible.
I mean, it's very possible. This is my only thing, like, as far as the timeline with releasing movies and all these characters crossing boundaries and stuff. Definitely possible, and I'm hoping it's happening because that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But if we remember, Thor left Endgame and went with Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're supposed to get Guardians of the Galaxy 3 before Love and Thunder. Is that true or no?
I think so. I think that is true. I think it might be even right before it, a movie or two beforehand.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited about that one.
For all of it. Listen, I'm going through withdrawals like from the movies.
All right, so Hayward. I know did we talk about him already? No. Okay, no. So we already confirmed that we don't like this dude, right? No, we don't like this dude at all. He's been extra sketch since day one. Um, him talking to Monica in this last episode was extremely disrespectful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you weren't here around for the last 5 years and seeing your mom die because clearly you don't have the stomach to be in this game. Like he could have said that and not said anything about his mama. Like, he
Exactly.
didn't have to do none of that.
He's just foul. Like,
Yeah,
who raised you?
yeah. He sound like he got something he's hiding. He's clearly trying to get her out the picture because she knows that he's not on the up and up with his.
Yeah, he was
Basically.
sketchy from the very beginning. I don't understand why it's always like these heads of these companies that are always sketchy. Ross was sketchy that
Mhm.
from like Incredible Hulk and
Yeah,
Iron Man
yeah.
and Civil War, all of them. And then now he's sketchy. Like Shield was sketchy. Like all these folks. Like what? Like do I need like if I want to be a villain, do I need to be a CEO? Like I
Mhm.
don't get it.
Right. It is a movie trope, it's a TV trope that it's always the powerful. It's really a powerful white dude. That's that's what it is. The powerful white guy that whatever he's looking to get, he has to take villainous ways to get it
Yeah.
and be a prick
That's what
about it.
he's
So
mentioning about those like 5 years. Okay, keep going. You
yeah.
were mentioning about 5 years.
So yeah. The 5 year gap that he spoke of, very disrespectful how he brought it up, but it's a very true statement. When the snap or the blip happened,
Mm-hmm.
5 years passed before all the heroes came back and all the people that was lost in the blip too. So there were people still here on the ground, still trying to keep the world together, Craig. The world.
The
together.
world,
You know what I
Craig.
mean? So I assume that things got extra grimy. We just talking about big, major figureheads. Imagine if one CEO disappears and the other don't. Oh, what is this CEO going to do here? He's going to try to take over everything because, oh, I see you over here struggling because you don't got your man. So just that type of dynamic is planned throughout the entire world. Man, I would love for them to delve into that.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people have been talking about the Jimmy Woo files and having giving Jimmy Woo a whole show. But
Yeah.
like the blip, that 5 year period of the blip, that would be a good show.
Yeah.
It would kind of be like a little bit like Gotham, I guess, but not really. It would be better, but
Yeah.
it's
Probably better, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that it brings up a question. Do you think some of these future movies will be in that space as far as that 5 year gap? Because everything can't be about
moving forward.
after the end game or whatnot. Every single one can't. So like Mrs. Marvel, would
Yeah.
that be in that gap? Or Shang-Chi, it could be in that gap. It's like a whole bunch of them that have nothing to do with what's already been established and could be in those that gap 5 year period, and we can see another version of the blip like we saw in WandaVision where Monica wakes up.
Yeah, I hope so because that whole sequence of Monica waking up in the first episode was too dope. It was definitely it was the best iteration that we've seen of the blip happening since the snap happened. And so yeah, I think that it's such a large space for them to like tackle and to explore. And yeah,
I definitely hope.
And I'm hoping that 5 year period was like kind of the gateway to properly or like, introduce all these new characters. Like, oh, y'all were gone and we rose up
right
to handle business.
Yeah, that's what I hope to see. There's so many stories that could be told. But we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed that they do that. You heard? We're gonna keep our fingers crossed. We're gonna see. All right, so that's really all I have on my notes as far as episode 6. I do want to move ahead to episode 7 because we're only 4 days away, and I can't wait. I wish I had the time stone so I can go ahead and bing bing and be right on Friday one time. Hit it twice.
Bing bing.
Hey, brother, we got to do extra flavor on ours. It can't just be sitting there. Got to hit it, the bing bing. Then we there. All right, so I just wrote a few things down. Uh, how far is Wanda expanding? We ended the episode with basically the bubble chasing Hayward in his Tahoe, like OJ on the freeway was getting at him. uh, how do you? I don't know. Do you have a theory on how big she's going to go? Are we talking about the world, Craig, or we just?
I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon for her to like go for the whole world. I think that would be happening like towards like maybe the final episode if need be. I don't know. I think I really don't know how far she goes. I feel like for sure Monica and Jimmy got away. I think Hayward got away. I just do. I don't know what he's going to do since all his people are inside. But I think he got away. I think Monica got away. So another thing that we didn't really mention that has kind of been mentioned is who she's talking to. She's like, oh, like I got a guy that can like, that we can
Monica.
Yeah, that we can hook up with. So where is he at when? And then also a lot of people are like theorizing that it may be Reed from the Fantastic Four. I don't know.
Yeah, listen, I don't think it's that one. I
think it's too soon to do Fantastic Four. Give me like, can we get to this whole next phase before y'all start talking about Fantastic Four again? Like, I need a break. Like,
I think they actually already mentioned the Fantastic Four. And just setting it up for later. So when Monica first shows back up to headquarters, and her and Hayward are walking down the hallway, and he's briefing her on things. He says something about there's four people we lost in space.
Dang.
Yeah, it's 4 of them. I believe he says 4 exactly. So I think that's something that they plant the seed. Like, no, we ain't got to touch that right now. You know what I mean? Just yep. Bing, bing, right there. Just leave it there. And then, they can get back to that later. So
I totally missed that.
I have a better theory, though.
What's your theory?
I didn't come up with this, so don't let me take credit for it, but I heard it and it makes all the sense. So I think that it is Hank McCoy. If you don't know who Hank McCoy is, he is the Beast from X-Men. Hank McCoy is a world-renowned scientist, very smart individual. He, in the comic books, was actually an agent of SWORD at one point. And it just makes all the sense in the world that they're trying to bring in the X-Men. Why not bring in Hank McCoy, a smart scientist that could come through and help out? Just makes sense to me.
Oh, yeah. I did not hear that one. That's a good, like, especially if he's dealing around the hex.
Yep.
And he gets hit. There goes his gene getting triggered.
Yep, little furball action. You heard? So yeah, that's the one that makes sense to me. I've heard other ones. Somebody said Shuri, which I wish it would be Shuri, because she got some answers. The questions we need to answer. She need to answer because how did that vibranium get out of Wakanda? We need to know that.
How did it get out of Wakanda? Also, she was the last one that had the mapping of Vision.
Vision's body. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
she was blipped though. So
she was blipped.
She was. So somebody in Wakanda was slipping, or they were just trying to get it off their hands, or somebody offered something. I don't know. But we all know stuff don't come out of Wakanda very easily.
No.
So I don't know. But yeah, those are theories. I've heard the Reed Richards. Hank McCoy is the most believable one. I've heard, Shuri. I mean, Professor Hulk could be one, but I don't know when and how Monica would ever have come across him.
When did she like meet him and like become close with him? I don't know about that.
I'm not sure.
I know that they've been like theorizing that someone big that's like to the likes of the last big reveal for the Mandalorian. Do you have any theories on who that could be? Because I think that's bigger than even whoever, like if it were to be Hank or Reed, I think that would be even bigger than that. Who do you think? Do you have any theories as to who that would be?
Magneto? Possible.
So that would mean though that the multiverse is already at play, and that we be going into like the fact that Wanda and Quicksilver are his kids, and then there's the third one.
Yeah, you never know out here. I think in the comic books, he gets his powers in like the 30s or 40s or 50s or something like that. So I have no idea who it's going to be, but I kind of hope it's Magneto though.
Yeah, I mean they did do like a little drop in the previews, the opening credits of the Bewitched episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think they showed his like helmet in one of the previews.
Really?
Yeah, somebody had pointed that out in some video showing like, oh, if you see in the animated previews, like you can see down in somewhere that there's Magneto's helmet.
That's that deep dive stuff right there.
I can't do all that deep dive. I can give you an honest reaction and some fun theories. That's all we doing over here.
Right.
Okay.
That's for sure.
We doing the comedy. Okay.
Absolutely. Now
okay.
that when Wanda came out the bubble the first time and she flipped those guns on Hayward, that's a Magneto.
That's a Magneto
too, I think, something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Pietro, do you think he'll be revealed? His true self will be revealed in this next episode?
Oh,
but we didn't see him after he got hit in the chest with the 2-piece and the biscuit.
That's true, and I don't think she trusts him anymore. She's like, "Look, you're saying too many sideways stuff to me. Like, I'm not dealing with you anymore." So, maybe we do know that from the previews that Vision and Wanda get together and they're like, "Let's defend our home." Why he changed up all quickly, I don't know, unless they wiped his memory again. But he's probably going to be revealed. Is he Mephisto? Is he an imp of Mephisto? Somebody else. We'll see. But okay, so we have 3 more episodes left. If they're being revealed in the third one, then like, look, that's 2 more episodes of crazy stuff to happen.
They've already said that episode 9 is going to be a full-fledged MCU like film type thing. Really? So it's going to really like go down. So that's going to get me to my last question. But before then, Vision's alliance, that really has me like on the ropes. Like, is he, like, going outside the bubble? Maybe that made him realize that, okay, this is the only place I can survive in. I have to stay close to her so I can figure out how to save these people. Because Vision is all heart. He's all heart. He doesn't, he loves Wanda, but he don't remember anything. All he knows is Wanda right now. But he's all up in here with his. That's why he can lift Thor's hammer, because he's all up in here. He's here. So he's going to try to save them people. He's going to try to save them. That brings me to that final situation, though.
Yes.
Will it be a Vision versus Wanda situation? Will it be a Vision, Wiccan, and Speed versus Wanda? Will it be a Vision versus Wiccan and Speed and Wanda? Like, where are these alliances going to align at the end of the day? And then will Spectrum show up? Miss Monica Rambeau with her powers, and go toe to toe, because she's basically like Captain Marvel when it comes to powers in the comic books. She's bad. She's a bad one.
We're gonna get Civil War Part 2.
Oh yeah, we're about to get this.
Yeah. But with kids, it takes a whole lot to sever some kids, especially boys, from their mother. Yep. So if it really came down to it, them kids are staying by Wanda.
Right. Very true. That's how I feel.
And Vision's been out the picture anyway. Like, you weren't at Halloween. Where you been?
Right. You was out walking around the town. You wasn't with us.
Then we gotta save your dusty tail. Like,
but see, when Billy, not being he has the powers like his mom, he could probably deduce what actually is really going on at some point. He can really feel, Vision's intentions versus his mom intentions. So I think he could have a real dilemma on his hand.
I think if he keeps like developing in his powers the way he is, because if you think about it, like he had just like was listening, like he can feel it a little bit. And then when he was like, "Hey, mom, something's wrong with dad," she's like, "Okay, I need you to focus."
Focus, right.
and that was the first time that he really focused in and like was really paying attention. So if his skills like that keep developing, then absolutely, yeah, sky's the limit on that.
Or maybe he's the one to talk Wanda off the ledge at the end of the day. Get
Mm,
everybody their life back. You just
that
never
is
know.
so
There's so
cool.
many possibilities. That's the fun of this whole thing, is the
Talk about
possibilities.
childhood trauma. Oh God.
Yeah. But that's all the notes I have right now. I'm super excited for episode 7. That's
Me
all I
too.
know. I can't wait. So I guess we should say this on here and maybe hold us to it. We've had, listeners kind of that really don't know much about the MCU. So I think we're going to take it upon ourselves to kind of do character breakdowns and kind of bring everybody up to speed to certain characters, Wanda, Vision, maybe Monica, and certain other characters, just to bring them to speed so they get what's going on a little further. Because not everybody's seen all 177 Marvel movies.
Right.
I don't know how many is it? 25,
It's like,
26,
is it like 22,
23?
23 maybe? No matter what, we're like talking about 10 plus years worth of
Yes,
content.
absolutely.
So, and then like there's several many characters per film too,
Hmm.
and each of those characters have several films in and of
Yeah.
themselves. So no matter what, it's going to take time to
Mhm.
really break down all these things. We may sound a little like crazy with like on the wall, like this connects here and that
Right,
connects
right,
there,
right, right.
but we probably already sound like that shit with all
Yeah,
these
of
theories.
course.
But anyway, it's going to take time, and especially with the characters that we mentioned in passing from the comics that haven't appeared yet in like television or film, like Mephisto or like whoever else. So be patient with us. Let us know who exactly you want to hear about first, too. If
True
you
that.
guys really are interested. But
Hmm.
yeah, we're going to be working on trying to bring short, quick content to get you guys oriented with our world in the
Hmm.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Absolutely. And yeah, keep watching because this is going to be one hell of a year. There's a lot of Marvel content coming. For Marvel fans, this is like a dream come true. We never thought we would have a year where we have something new almost every single week of the year. It's going to be pretty close to that, from TV to movies. Uh, Falcon and Winter Soldier starts March 19th. So soon as WandaVision is over, we get 1 week break and we're into Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I can't wait for. Since we're here, what you think about that, the Falcon and Winter Soldier? I really haven't talked to you about Falcon and
I'm
Winter
really
Soldier.
excited, like because I really loved Bucky and like the Falcon. I really love them, especially seeing him in the Ant-Man movies. Last
Mhm.
night on television, they were doing Endgame. They did Thor Ragnarok and then Ant-Man and the Wasp, and just being reminded of the Ant-Man world and just seeing like little bits and pieces in there. I was
Mhm.
like, man, I cannot wait until Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love Bucky. I'm sad they cut his hair. I really liked his long hair, especially when they had it tied back up in that man bun in Wakanda. He was living his life in Wakanda,
He
okay?
was though.
Like
He
he was
was though.
getting anyway.
He was
But
definitely one with himself out there.
yeah,
Hmm.
but I'm excited to see where they go, and especially since we're tying this back to Civil War characters.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how the world accepts the Falcon as the new Captain America.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Excuse me. Ooh, that was all up in here. I had to let that one
Ooh,
go.
ooh, little
Excuse me,
indigestion.
a little bit up now. That tea coming out. But oh man, Falcon and Winter Soldier was easily my most anticipated TV show up
Yeah,
until they announced like the last wave of shows. The Iron Hearts and the Moon
yeah,
Knights and all that stuff. But Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be very MCU-ish. My two favorite movies from the MCU are Winter Soldier,
yeah.
the
Exactly.
Panther. Then I'll add Civil War in there. You know what I mean? And Infinity War. Infinity War was better than Endgame to me. But anyways, those are my two favorite. And Falcon and Winter Soldier both being birthed in that Captain America franchise. I can't wait. I like grounded the grounded stories the most. I like the action from those stories the most. So it's going to be nuts. And then their connection, their relationship and all that is going to be hilarious.
It's going to be so funny.
Yeah.
We got like a bit of that back when they were in the Beetle. Was that in Civil War?
Yeah, that was Civil War.
He was like, "Can you move your chair?" But he's like, "No,
you're gangster with it." No,
I can't wait. Man, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's gonna be very good. I can't wait. But you guys keep watching. We'll give you as much intel as possible. You'll see our excitement as all this stuff unfolds. Oh man, WandaVision episode 7.
Exactly.
All right, let's get up out of here then. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Please leave comments below for anything that we missed, anything you want to know in the future, and anything else you want to say to us, because we want all feedback. All feedback is good, whether it's bad or good feedback. We'll take it. All right. Everybody who watched this week, appreciate it. A lot more people watched it than I thought we would in the first, go rounds.
Yes. Thank you. Send to a friend. And also don't be intimidated by all the craziness that happens in the Marvel universe. Again, we're going to try to break it down to you in layman's terms as easy as possible. So it's not like, we're in some basement, just
surrounded by comic books and everything. We usually go watch the videos like y'all would. Trust me. It's funner that way too. It's funner that way. So all right, well, I'll holler at y'all. I am Anton, and this is
Taylor Day
for Shizzle. I'll holler at y'all.
Bye.